what's up, everyone? It's Dave, and we're back for our next reading of the Old Testament. There, I did it again. See, we're back for our next reading of the Old Testament. Now is a perfect time to do this because I have a medical procedure that I got to get done on Wednesday, and of course, I'll keep my personal opinions out of this, but with everything going on COVID related, I have to get a COVID test prior to the procedure. And I'm sitting in line here, and we're stacked like there's 5 rows of us now. Yeah, 5 rows of us now, and at least 10 to 15 cars deep in each row. And I haven't moved, and I've been here for a little bit. But anyways, wish me luck in this. But we're going to go ahead and get started with our next reading of the New Testament, right? So for those of you that have been following along, you know that we are in the book of Genesis. And we finished with chapter 18 the other day, so we're going to be in chapter 19. So chapter 19 is going to talk about Sodom's depravity, Sodom and Gomorrah destroyed, the descendants of Lot. And we have a total of 38 verses today, so I think this is the longest chapter so far. We'll be reading out of my New King James Version Bible. I'm in the car today, so hopefully it's not too loud, and you all can hear me just fine. So, all right, so if you guys are ready, if you don't have a Bible, remember you can go to Bible.com and read for free. You can also download the YouVersion app and read for free there on any Android or iOS device. It's a really cool app. I don't get anything for plugging this, by the way. I'm just helping share the gospel, and that app is so nice because you can use it at any time you want. If you want to read the Bible, something's bothering you, you need some help, you need God to talk to you. That's how He does it. He does it through the Word. So not only through the Word, but that's one of the ways that He does it, right? So it's really handy to have. All right, chapter 19. Let me get a drink of coffee here real fast. Yeah, still drinking out of a Christmas cup. All right. Now the 2 angels came to Sodom in the evening, and Lot was sitting in the gate of Sodom. When Lot saw them, he rose to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground, and he said, "Hear now, my lords, please turn to your servant's house and spend the night, and wash your feet. Then you may rise early and go on your way." And they said, "No, but we will spend the night in the open square." But he insisted strongly, so they turned into him and entered his house. Then he made them a feast and baked unleavened bread, and they ate. Now before they lay down, the men of the city, the men of Sodom, both old and young, all the people from every quarter surrounded the house. And I went to church for 17 years growing up, 4 times a week, if you count like Sunday school and youth service and stuff like that. But and I never recalled hearing this next portion, and it really blew me away. And kind of confirms why Sodom and Gomorrah were just destroyed. So here we go. And they called to Lot and said to him, "Where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them out to us that we may know them carnally." So Lot went out to them through the doorway, shut the door behind him, and said, "Please, my brethren, do not do so wickedly. See now, I have 2 daughters who have not known a man. Please let me bring them out to you, and you may do to them as you wish. Only do nothing to these men, since this is the reason they have come under the shadow of my roof." I don't really understand that part either. Like, these are angels of God that are here on earth. And Lot is offering his daughters. That these guys can do whatever they want to his daughters. So I don't understand this either. And they said, "Stand back." Then they said, This one came in to stay here, and he keeps acting as a judge. Now we will deal worse with you than with them." So they pressed hard against the man Lot, and came near to break down the door. But the men reached out their hands and pulled Lot into the house with them and shut the door. And they struck the men who were at the doorway of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they became weary trying to find the door. Then the men said to Lot, "Have you anyone else here? Son-in-law, your sons, your daughters, and whomever you have in the city. Take them out of this place." So now the angels are, they did step up and blind these wicked men trying to get into the house to have sex with the angels. Horrible city. "For we will destroy this place, because of the outcry against them has grown great before the face of the Lord. And the Lord has sent us to destroy it." So Lot went out and spoke to his son-in-law who had married his daughters and said, "Get up, get out of this place, for the Lord will destroy this city." But to his sons-in-law he seemed to be joking. When the morning dawned, the angels urged Lot to hurry, saying, "Arise, take your wife and your 2 daughters who are here, lest you be consumed in the punishment of the city." And while he lingered, the men took hold of his hand, his wife's hand, and the hands of his 2 daughters, the Lord being merciful to him, and they brought him out and set him outside the city. So it came to pass, when they had brought them outside, he said, "Escape for your life. Do not look behind you, nor stay anywhere in the plain. Escape to the mountains, lest you be destroyed." Then Lot said to them, "Please know, my lords, indeed now your servant has found favor in your sight, and you have increased your mercy, which has shown me by saving my life. But I cannot escape to the mountains, lest some evil overtake me and I die. See now, this city is near enough to flee to, and it is a little one. Please let me escape there. Is it not a little one? And my soul shall live." And he said to him, "See, I have favored you concerning this also, and that I will not overthrow this city for which you have spoken. Hurry, escape there, for I cannot do anything until you arrive there." Therefore the name of the city was Zor, or Zoar. So that's where Lot wanted to flee to, instead of just to the mountains, right? The sun had risen up on the earth when Lot entered Zor. Then the Lord rained brimstone and fire on Sodom and Gomorrah from the Lord out of the heavens. So he overthrew those cities. So he overthrew those cities, all the plain, all the inhabitants of the cities, and what grew on the ground. But his wife looked back behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. And Abraham went early into the morning to the place where he had stood before the Lord. Then he looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah, and toward all the land of the plain, and he saw, and behold, the smoke of the land, which went up like smoke of a furnace. And it came to pass, when God destroyed the cities of the plain, that God remembered Abraham, and sent Lot out of the midst of the overthrow, when he had overthrown the cities in which Lot had dwelt. Then Lot went up out of Zoar, and dwelt in the mountains, and his 2 daughters were with him, for he was afraid to dwell in Zoar. And he and his 2 daughters dwelt in a cave. Now the firstborn said to the younger, "Our father is old, and there is no man on earth to come in to us, as is custom of all the earth. Come, let us make our father drink wine, and we will lie with him, that we may preserve the lineage of our father." What is wrong with these people? So they made their father drink wine that night, and the firstborn went in and lay with her father, and he did not know when she lay down or when she arose. It happened on the next day that the firstborn said to the younger, "Indeed, I lay with our father last night. Let us make him drink wine tonight also, and you go in and lie with him, that we may preserve the lineage of our father." Then they made their father drink wine that night also, and the younger arose and lay with him, and he did not know when she lay down or when she arose. Thus both the daughters of Lot were with child by their father. The firstborn bore a son and called his name Moab. He is the father of the Moabites to this day. And the younger, she also bore a son, and she named him Ben-Ami, and he is the father of the people of Ammon to this day. Obviously, I live in a different day and age, but I'm not a biblical scholar. I've never claimed to be one, but that sounds kind of messed up, kind of gross. So a very weird and kind of disturbing chapter. So you got these men from Sodom and Gomorrah who are trying to have sex with angels. You got Lot's wife who didn't want to be a believer and trust in God, and she looked back and turned into a pillar of salt. And then you've got the daughters of Lot, who I don't know what happened to. It didn't mention. So when he left Zoar, he went to the mountains and had just his two daughters with him. So what happened to his son-in-laws and daughter and other daughters? Or did they stay because they didn't want to leave? Or did the son-in-laws stay and these were the wives of those? I don't know. Anyways, maybe share if you know, share some information down below. Help us all learn something today. All right. Anyways, thanks for joining me as I sit in this line waiting for a nose probe. There's finally people out here with a clipboard going to the cars getting information, so that's good. That's a start. All right. Anyways, thanks so much. I appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart, and thank you for helping my channel grow. Thank you for helping me share the gospel of Christ to anyone who will listen to it. Right? I think we're a little over 845 subscribers. I think this morning we had like 848. So we'll see how it goes. All right. Thanks so much. I'm trying to hit 1,000. Trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. Can y'all help me? Share, like, subscribe. God bless.
When life keeps falling and wonder where he is in all this mess, he's right there to guide you. Unseen, you're not alone.